Well, hello, it's Beards and Bangers, and welcome back. Hope you've enjoyed my last video about the Rover 200 BRM. There was going to be a video about that today, but my suction mount for the camera has packed in, so I'm going to have to wait for one of those to turn up. Luckily not too expensive, so just a few quid to replace that. But yeah, can't do a driving video without a suction mount, not going to work very well. Thank you for liking my videos and thank you for subscribing. If you want to see more about the BRM, if you want to see more about the MG ZTs even, do hit subscribe and you'll get updated on those videos as and when I make them. So today, a bit of a change. What I'm going to do is actually plug the ZT190 in. We've got a Christmas tree's worth of lights on the dashboard, so we're going to see what's going on in there. I'm going to be using something called P-Scan, which is this technology here. I'll just swing the camera around. So this video is not sponsored by P-Scan whatsoever. It's a handy invention that an individual has designed and is using it to help people who own MGs and Rovers built in the late 90s, early 2000s to diagnose faults. So it can be used to program keys. It's a really good bit of kit. So I will put a link down below in the description, but just to be clear, the video is not sponsored or endorsed by P-Scan in any way. So we'll get into the ZT190 and have a little look. So what do we need to use P-Scan itself? So we need the actual hardware, which you buy by going to pscan.uk. Comes with kind of the gubbins, so some kind of circuit board in there, a USB cable, and then we've got the SCART-like socket that plugs into the car. And on these, on most MG Rovers, the socket is just sort of above the accelerator, so in the driver's footwell. You also need a Windows laptop. It will not run on Macs because I've tried that and it doesn't work. So let's jump in the car and see what's going on with this particular vehicle. So the first thing to check when plugging the car in is to make sure that the green light is flashing on the end of the P-Scan module. And that shows we've got a connection. It's a green light, so that's good. I've not had a red light yet, so I've obviously connected it right every time. But yeah, so once you've got that, then we can proceed to the next step. So I've got the car started now. If I just look at the dashboard, I've got the brake pad wear sensor light on, which I know about. That's not an ECU issue. That's purely because the cable has snapped that goes into the rear offside brake caliper, and that shows that will if it gets worn down, will tell you. We know the brake caliper, the brake discs are really good. Brake pads, even we know the brake pads are good because they've only changed back in the summer, and the car's not done that many miles, so we know that's an electrical issue. Cable is still available, 15 quid, so a nice easy fix. Now the ABS light has been on, and it's typically when I want to make a video about the ABS light, it's gone off, but we're going to log in anyway and just to see if there's anything on the reader about the ABS. We've also got the light on to say we've got a light bulb out. Again, there's some kind of earthing issue or short circuit somewhere because the lights are all working. I've checked that, so they're all fine. We've got the airbag light on. Again, this isn't an ECU issue, so very typical for these cars to have the airbag light come on. My ZR did the same thing. And what it needs you to do is to take the airbag out. There's 2 screws either side of the steering wheel, and we'll do this as a job on a video at some point in the not distant future. We need to take the airbag out, get some electrical contact cleaner, and just really clean up the connections, and hopefully that will fix it. But let's just show you how P-Scan works. So the P-Scan software is downloaded from the website, and we've got a little icon on our desktop here, so we'll open that up. We select our port. We've only got one port. I don't know how well you can see that. Obviously select our language. I think we're in English today, and we then click next. So interface OK, and we can now look at our ABS. That's the light we want to look at, is the ABS. So I don't know how easy it is for you to see on here. I think we're ABS 5.7 on a ZT 190. So the line goes through a check. It's waiting for it to settle, whatever that means. Not a computer genius, so we'll have a look at the error code. Okay, so because we've got because the light's not on, we haven't got any error codes coming up for the ABS. If there was here, we'd be able to go in here and erase that code, but unfortunately, typically the light's gone off just as we want to do this video. So I will try and show you again at some point, but we can look at various things. So I've gone to the brake light switch, and we can see if I've got this brake light switch circuit's open. If I put my foot on the brake, it moves to closed. So there's some good live data, and what I do want to do is get this plugged into the ZT190, because that's still not running properly, and we think it could be an ECU issue. So everything's been done on it now, apart from actually getting into the ECU. So I've just gone in and got into the engine. So we're on the EMS 2000 for this car. So there's MEMS, MEMS2, MEMS2J, MEMS 2000. This is EMS 2000. It's the BMW mode, because obviously there's a lot of BMW kind of electrics in these cars. So we've got 5 codes. We've got cooling fan 2, control circuit malfunction, cooling fan 3, control circuit malfunction, fan secondary high with fans off, O2 sensor circuit low voltage, electro drive fan 1, operational failure, driver side. So there's a few little bits to look at here. So this car's actually going in tomorrow for some various bits and bobs to be done on it. So I will snip this so that I can show it to the guy who's going to be able to look at the car. So thank you for watching this little video. I'm sorry that I couldn't bring you more on the Rover 200 BRM. Hopefully that video will get shot tomorrow now, when the new suction mounts arrive. A little bit frustrating, not the best day, so probably not a bad thing not taking an older car out when it's so wet and miserable, because it's best to only drive those cars in the dry, in my opinion. The ZT190, that's going to go in tomorrow, and I'm going to be lending or borrowing a Jaguar, hopefully, to show you as well. So yeah, keep an eye out this week. A few videos coming up, so please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.